and welcome to another battle on the T-34, the Tier 5 Russian medium tank that not only is actually my best performing medium tank, but it's actually one of the best performing tanks in my whole garage. To be honest, for reasons I'm not quite sure, because even the crew on this tank, my crew here, is not particularly well skilled. But it just seems to be a tank that just works for me. It's probably a combination of armor, agility, and maybe, I don't know, rate of fire, penetration rate, whatever. Anyway, it's a good mix and it works for me. And we are on the Pearl River map, and the reason why I'm showing you this battle, even though it's yet another high caliber, like in previous battles of my own, I just want to show, first of all, this particular situation, which I actually find quite funny. I mean, a lot of players on World of Tank, they just do peekaboo, right? And it's what these guys are doing. And just watch. They come out, and as they come out, I hit them. Just watch. It's funny, one. So the other one comes out, and I hit him. And in the end, they finally get it that actually it's not a good idea to do peekaboo. I actually hate doing peekaboo. I think it's one of the most rudimentary, childish tactics to fight on tanks. Real tanks didn't do that. They didn't do peekaboo back and forth like this. It's only kids who do this. But anyway, is that how they like to play? So okay, when I find situations like this where I can actually hit them, I'm really happy. Alright, some of my shots don't actually penetrate, that's fair enough, but most of them do. And the thing is, they just time it in such a way that when they come out when I'm fully reloaded, so that's fine. And this might appear a bit boring to you, but I was enjoying every minute because my teammates were kind of doing the spotting for me, and I was doing the damage. Obviously, I concentrate on the heavy tanks because it's the ones that I'm most concerned with. It's taking a very long time to actually get their health down, but eventually I get to kill somebody, to destroy somebody. That's one. And then should be able to get a couple more, maybe one more. What is amazing though is that despite all this pounding, our allies are dying, and we're still losing. And it makes me wonder how good actually were the allies that were there. And then did you see that M5 Stuart? It just crashed. Right. Okay, so we got a couple of kills there, and we're actually the highest scoring on the team, and I better actually start taking care of what's happening near me. Come on, one more. Yeah. Oh, alright. Still did a fair amount of damage there, and you'll see on the score panel that it was actually pretty high, but it doesn't end here. Finally, our teammates have managed to kind of start to get control of this area here, which is pretty crucial. It's still a big question mark as to exactly what is happening here and whether there's anybody there at all. And in this in this other part of the map, it seems that only an AMX-38 is there. So I feel fairly confident now that we can move on. I would really like to actually get maybe one more kill on this hill, just to make sure that we're not at a disadvantage there, but it seems that there's only a Crusader and I think perhaps a KV-1S in there, although it's not very clear. No, right, okay, the KV-1S, yes, it might be there. This is when I start to kind of move forward, but I'm still extremely cautious because there it is. There's the KV-1S, and let me see if I can get it or somebody else does. Okay, problem solved. So I did a fair amount of damage here, and I think you'll see that it really paid off. I mean, sniping there, and the enemy being so silly just kept coming out and doing their peekaboo, and me just picking at them as they came out. It was quite funny there. I would say this battle is nearly over, but I'm still have a few shots at my disposal. In fact, now you can see I've actually loaded up gold. I'm not sure why. Probably a mistake. I was probably trying to make sure I would get the KV-1S and forgot to reload again with proper ammo. But we've got that Matilda there, and I think it's definitely within my reach. So I go for it. As you can see, it's just round the corner. Easy shot.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
It was probably worth keeping the gold anyway. And that you can see now that I've switched. I probably realised that it was a bit overkill. The penetration on the T-34 gun is 112. So theoretically, the Matilda, we should have got it because it's a flat armour on the side. But I'll probably load it gold just to make sure. And now we've got this Stug somewhere, and I don't want to be on the receiving end of its gun. And actually, suddenly the game is kind of looking a little bit more balanced than before, because there it is. So, and that's exactly what I wanted to avoid. So whilst he reloads, I hit him, and then I realise he's got a fast reloading gun. So it's not a good idea to do any sort of peekaboo from here, because trading shots with that Stug, I could actually be on the losing side, even though I've got a fast reloading gun. Now I hesitated there for a moment, because actually in the chat I'm requesting some help, but especially I'm telling the KV-1S to just stay there, and I am just going to go around. See, I was just making sure that I was going to disengage without being spotted. And I'll just fast forward here a little bit, because what I'm doing, I'm actually going to go around the other side. But in the meantime, have you noticed that the Crusader has also destroyed our Wolverine? So all our advantage is now pretty slim. Even though in terms of HP we're okay, because we're almost got double the HP of the enemies. It's getting a little bit not so sure about this. So I go ahead and start circling around the Stug, and I'm hoping that with the KV-1S kind of keeping there, I'll be able to spot. I'll be able to kind of get the Stug from behind. The thing is, the KV-1S gets destroyed, but without spotting the Stug. So I'm left without knowing where this Stug is. So I have to be extremely careful, because it will be there on my right. So I probably made a mistake that I probably came a little bit too further. So I decided to go up behind him. And now it's getting a bit tricky also, because the Crusader has got 3 kills. So it's not a bad player, and he's probably spotting for the Stug as well. So I try to see if I can get a pot shot to the Crusader. I can't do that, and I think, okay, well, let's deal with the Stug. And luckily, the M8A1 manages to destroy the Crusader, so it's just a case of getting rid of this Stug, and game should be done. And then suddenly there he is, and he realizes I'm coming, and then he does something very, very strange.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Chasing me. I hate them.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
I hate them when they do that. I just don't understand why tank destroyers have many tank destroyers players have got this really bad habit of chasing after tanks. You don't ram with a tank destroyer, okay? Unless you're like a real big Russian monster with a lot of armor and you are 2 tiers above. But in this case, you are chasing me with a Stug against the T-34. Anyway, so that ended. 4 kills for me, so highest on the team. But what is most amazing about this game, apart from the massive damage, is the fact that look at the rating I got on WN8. I mean, it's phenomenal. Probably one of the highest I've ever had. Phenomenal rating for this battle. But why? Because I dealt a lot of damage. That's really the issue. But still, I still did a good game. I survived, scored 4 kills, and it was really good game. And once again, at the end of this battle, I am left a little bit puzzled as to why is it that I always win on the T-34. I don't know. Thank you for watching.